Good evening and welcome back to Call Me House. Today is Friday and we are here for our live stream. Today we have something different. I remember at the beginning of this year, we were telling you about what you need to do in order to be successful in 2026. Well, we want to start the journey with you. So today we are here with the best poultry practices that you need to incorporate in your poultry farming journey. And of course, I'm with Robert Kasozi of Poultry TV, and I'm so glad he's joining us this Friday as well. We're going to be here briefly. We're not going to spend a lot of time. He's going to talk about an interesting topic, and I think we shall all enjoy. Robert, you're so much welcome. How is the farm?
Thank you so much, Hajat. The family is moving okay. How about that side?
We are fine, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. We are here
Mm,
for our new farmers who want to join, and I think they will need your help. So I know they
mm.
are eagerly waiting for what you have for them. So without any further ado, Robert, what do you have for us tonight?
Pardon?
What do you have for us tonight?
Tonight? Tonight we have the best farming practices, and we are specifically going to be talking about the brooding of young chicks.
Interesting.
The do's, the don't. Uh, I think around the brooding process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What you need to do
Now,
before the birds arrives and what you need
uh,
to do after the arrival of the birds. So
uh,
we are here, we are waiting for you. You can start.
yeah, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Let me help you fine. Yeah. Now, um, let's take it that you have already booked the chicks. Now I told you that you go and pick them. Uh, so as soon as you reach the place where you're going to pick your chicks, the first thing you have to do is to first count them. Whether they tell you that this box has a hundred, there are 10 boxes, that means there are 1,000. The first thing you have to do is to first count them from there. And if there are some dead ones, first you report them. Inform the supervisor, the manager, or someone who is concerned. That's one. Two, uh, how are you going to transport them? You once saw someone transporting, there are over 2,000, there are 20 boxes. Remember, each box carry 100 chicks. There are 20 boxes, they are putting them on the top of the taxi. Hmm? 2,000. So how are you going to transport them? Is it a motorcycle? Is it a tuk-tuk? LF? What? Are you going to carry them on the head? Mhm. You have to be careful your transportation, whatever. Now, you have to ensure that before leaving the farm or the boarding room or the boarding area, ensure you lift the pot. If you're using to use the pot as the source of the heat, ensure that you left it with some. If it is some use pots, some use charcoal some use the gas, some use these heater bulbs, those ready stuff. Mm.
Yeah.
Whatever you're going to use, leave it inside, so that by the time you bring the chicks, it is warm. The brooder is warm. Mm. Uh-huh. Now, taking it that you have reached at the farm, you brought your 1,000, or it's 100 chicks. You have your box. You already counted them. Maybe you have two bonus. That's 102. Mm. Ensure I had already finished washing the drinkers, the feeders. Not on that day, some good weeks behind. Mm. Uh-huh. Uh, Down you're supposed to have already put there either wood shavings, rice husks or coffee, whatever, anything you decide to do. Mm. But you have to put on top of them, put the brooding papers. If not good in papers, some use newspapers, but they're not good. Maybe you can use sacks, the sacks of kutia. If not that, you
A
can use
gulia, eh?
anything as long as you cover that whatever when it's supposed to be down. Because if you just bring them and just pour the chips there, they begin pecking them, and if they eat them, that's a problem. Mm. So me normally what I do, I first give them water. I don't mix the food and water at once. No, I first give them water. Some water with the
Plain
glucose or with the
water.
vitamin. Pardon?
Plain water.
No, no water with the glucose or with the either glucose. There is there is the one which has glucose and vitamin is called the glucovit. If you don't glucovit, you can get if it's not glucovit, you can use this pure glucose, the one we take, mm, and also some vitamin. You know the chick vitamins. Yeah, chick vitamins. You can get them or chick formula. What? Mm? Uh-huh. Not plain water, not plain water, because now there are some chicks which come from Hungary, Netherlands. Mm. You can't just give them water. Mm. You're supposed to give them that water having some glucose so that they get some energy. Mm. Even if they are from nearby here, even if they're from Uganda, just from, for example, if they're from Kampala going to Nakasongola, that distance alone, it will make them, they will, by the time you reach your farm, they will be already tired. So they need some glucose. Mm. Uh-huh. So after reaching the farm, you give them in the box. Then you give them the water. After like 3 hours, 4 hours, then you can add in the what? The thick mash. Mm-hmm. Um, and you have to maintain the warmth of the border. Mm. Any mistake in the first 3 days, the fourth day you have to pick some dead ones. Remember, this pot is like their mother. The pot or the chocolate, your source of heat is like the mother to them. So you have to maintain it day and night. And the first 3 days are very crucial, so important. Any slight mistake like this, you're in for it. Mm. So another thing is about the light. Mm. Ensure that the light is there day and night. Mm.
For
And
how
at
long?
night, it is supposed to be a must. Why? If it goes off, you will find when the rats have eaten some, they will eat some chicks. Mm. But if the light is on, the heat is there, you don't normally come around that whatever, where there is light and heat. Mm. Another thing, done with the light. Some people use temperature, whatever, those gadgets,
Thermometer.
to measure the temperature, what. But one thing I can tell you is that ensure you give them, as long as you can stay in that border, mm, when you also feel you're comfortable, even if you, what should I say? Ensure the heat you're providing to them. Even if you're told to sleep there, you will sleep there comfortably. Not too much, not too low. Mm. If you enter there and you find that you're uncomfortable, you cannot sleep there, that means those chicks also won't be comfortable. If you find it too low, that means there is a problem. Another thing, um, if you've got them from a writer, from a trusted supplier,
Supplier.
you're supposed to be vaccinated against Malex. Hmm? Malex is a must.
That
Malex
is
is
for
a must.
layers.
Yeah, layers. Malex, but even the broilers.
Mm, I think broilers are not vaccinated against Marex. I think they are not
I'll try to
intact.
find out.
But for the local ones, I think
Mm,
I'm sure they are supposed to be vaccinated Ernest
I will
Marex.
try to find out and see. But if you don't get the chicks from trusted suppliers, there are things they do vaccinate on day one, and there are things they do vaccinate in the hatchery. They spawn the eggs. There is a way they do it. There is a way they do it. So if they're from a trusted supplier, they'll give you their vaccination chart. Mm? So please follow it. Follow it. They say like for broilers, the first week after 7 days, you're supposed to vaccinate against the Newcastle. Please do it. Mm? The first second week, maybe Gombolo or Newcastle again. Just follow that vaccination schedule as it is given to you. Another thing, these chicks don't feed them on what? Uh, I saw someone who brought the chicks, and the first day he brought she brought pellets, the big pellets.
Mm.
If you got the feed store, ask for the chicken mash. Hmm? Chicken mash.
Are they
That are my
different?
chicks that day one. I need the type of feed for that day one chicks. Hmm? You
Mm.
cannot give them pellets. And they're the big ones. Hmm? Another thing, um, the first three, actually for me, for the first week, I sleep in the brooder. Mm, that is me. I don't know.
How long do you stay in the brooder for layers?
I beg your pardon.
How long do you stay in the brooder for layers?
Mm.
For layer
As in, how
keeping?
long does it take the brooding for layers? It is supposed to be 2 months. It's
Two
supposed to
months.
be 2 months. However, some people do it for 1 month and 2 weeks. And for them, they move all the brooding cardboards, they use sapling, they move them. Mm. If it was a small room, then they change them to another room. Mm. But it's always advisable keep these birds for 2 months. And for the broiler, it is always between 7 days to 10.
Hmm.
7 days to 10.
I
Yeah.
see.
Mm.
Eh,
Uh,
you know, I have a very bad experience. My first time brooding, I almost
mhm.
died in the brooder
What
on the
happened?
very first day.
Mm.
I was told you shouldn't let heat escape. So everywhere was closed. I closed
Eh,
every part of the brooder. Do you know I almost died? It was
No, no,
crazy.
no, no.
My
Actually,
head, I think I was actually suffocating. I had a terrible headache like for 2 hours, even after I moved out of the brooder. Hey, it was crazy.
but
Mm.
another thing, by the way, thank you for bringing that thing. Now, guys, yes, everywhere is supposed to be closed, but leave let me call it a breathing space. Yeah? Remember, if you're using charcoal, some charcoal are going to burn and produce that smoke. You get me? So if
Yeah.
you don't if you don't leave let me like this, eh? If you don't leave like a breathing space, that means that smoke is going to move around in a brooder because you've covered everywhere, and leave me to cause a problem to them within the lung, yeah, inside them in the lungs, eh? And after some 3 days or 1 week, they'll be coughing or anything, or they'll be having difficulty in breathing. Hmm? You're supposed to leave a breathing space, hmm, that oxygen can come in and out. Hmm? Another thing, you cannot cover the entire brooder, guys. Remember, hmm, they do poop. Hmm? The same place where they sleep, they eat from, they drink from, is where they drop. You can't cover this. You can't cover someone in a toilet. It is impossible. Hmm? It is impossible. It's in the same place where they poop. That means leave somewhere, leave a small hole, hmm, for that whatever the smoke to get out, that bad smell. Um, Another thing, during the day, if it is meant to. The weather is okay, like during during Sunday, whatever. At least open for them so that they get some fresh air. They also need that fresh air. However, if it is rainy season, don't tamper with the brooder. Because if
Mm.
Gombolo hits in, I tell that's bad news. Bad news. Because if Gombolo hits you out of 100, uh, you remain with this 40. Mm.
I actually
Mm.
got to learn that some people have seasons for brooding. They do not brood during rainy seasons. They only
True,
brood during
true,
sunny seasons.
true. And if you bring them during the rainy season, you use a lot of charcoal. If you're using charcoal, mm, use a lot of because you have put during the day, during the night. Mm, mm,
I see.
uh-huh.
The other
Another
thing I
thing,
had issues with my first time brooding, it was the brooder pepper. How do you deal with the brooder pepper?
budget. I've been here for 11 years, but I've never used the border papers. I've
What do
never.
you use?
Sucks. Sucks. The one which you come with maize bran. Eh?
Those socks.
Uh-huh. Don't worry. Within I think 1 week or 2 weeks, I'm going to be having baby chicks at the farm. You will see everything. Yeah, you suck. I've never bought those border papers. I think for using them, they get in mind, they buy border papers. Yeah, you sucks. Mm.
How do
And
you
one
use
time I
them?
remember,
How do you use?
I,
Because I
I,
know about the gunia. You know the gunia. There's
that's the kutia I mean. A kutia
the
sack.
gunia. Not these normal sacks. There is that gunia which is made from, what is it called? Uh, the things where they make ropes from. Saiso.
I,
Those gunia made from saiso. I thought I
Mm,
was familiar with those ones, but I didn't know that even these regular sacks can be used in brooding.
don't worry, you're going to see it. Don't worry, within 2 weeks, you're going to see. They do as long as you maintain it clean. Yeah? But if you see the droppings that are too much, then get your gloves. For me, I don't give it my I just use my hand. I begin removing that poop. Yeah? Then I put it somewhere. I get this ashes. How do you call that?
Evu.
Boo. Eh? Or I get the small charcoal, the small ones. I go put in around. Hmm.
And for
But if
how
you have
long do
the
you
money,
keep those sacks on top of the? For how long do you keep using those sacks?
I always leave there for what I do. If I
Mm.
put it, I leave. If when I bring them today, I leave those sacks up to next Friday. That is 1 week. Then next Friday, I remove those sacks. I introduce another new ones for another 1 week, and that when I remove those ones, that's the end of it.
Really,
Hmm.
that's interesting. What is happening to your light?
I've got some problems with the light, but
Mm.
let me try some artificial here and
So,
see.
members, as Robert fixes the light, we are talking about the best management practices, and this is a bit
Mm.
technical. It's not like those conversations we have been having. These are technical bits about poultry farming, and we have started with broader management. Uh, of course, feel free to like this video and leave your questions in the chat box. We shall be going through your questions, uh, when we finish when Robert finishes his topic. But I think, is there anything left about the brooder? Anything else you want to tell us about the brooder, Robert?
Mm,
Because
maybe
my
I
phone
think
actually is out of battery.
I beg your pardon.
Is there anything you have left to tell us about brooder? Because my phone is out of battery almost.
Maybe just to emphasize more on those three things I've said. One, people ensure the brooder is putting those young chicks. If you're told to sit there for 1 hour, you feel okay, very comfortable. You're not going to sit there and begin cutting this whatever. That's
Sweating.
it.
Yeah.
Hmm. How do you call this thing? Breathing in and out.
Gasping.
Uh-huh. Some people put it there that heat. You see the chicks gasping. You just adding more charcoal. Just adding. You're going to kill them. Ensure if you told that please, Mr. So and so come and sit here. You're very comfortable sitting there. It is not too much. It is not too low. Maybe if you can go for the thermometers, what you can do, but for what now? We are trying to reduce on the cost of money. We're just adding more things to take money. Mhm. Another thing is ensure please you give them some oxygen during your day. Open if it has two sides, that is open the two sides, this side and this side. If it is rainy season, please don't just leave
Don't
that
open.
breathing. The breathing is the breathing space we say. Yeah? Mhm. Another thing is light. Ensure they have light during the day and ensure they have light during the night. Light at night is very important. If there is no light at night, you are at risk that rats will eat your chicks. They will rats will eat them. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you, Robert, for that wonderful information you shared with us tonight. Hope boy Bernard, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We are going to be here briefly because I'm having some technical issues with my phone. But we hope to make it up to you next time, maybe within the week or still until next Friday. Robert, those of you who are here, kindly catch Robert and his experiences on the farm on his channel, that is Poultry TV, and always endeavor to subscribe and support him by viewing his wonderful information there. He's sharing very good content on his channel. It is called Poultry TV, and I'm sure you will not be disappointed. All right, until next time, I'll see you. Yes, please.
Greetings from someone called Kaliwa is in Kuwait. He called me at around 4 today, in the evening, and told me to send to his. He told me that today we might have the live. I talk about him. So, Mr. Kaliwa in Kuwait, I have told Madam Fidaus what he wanted, what he had told me. I sent it with me. That's all.
Wow. All right. With that, we are going to see you next Friday or within next week. We are also sorry for the technical problems, but we are sorry. Anyway, have a good night.